in the nation's capital. Welcome to Sports Center. I'm Scott Van Pelt. We have a lot to get to on the way. We're going to get right back to Minneapolis with more as the Timberwolves win this critical Game 3 to take a 2-1 series lead. We have a couple of pivotal Game 3s in the Eastern Conference as the home squads get on the board. And Shedeur Sanders continuing to wait to hear his name called in the NFL draft. Field Yates will join us to break down what went on in the rounds 2 and 3. But we get right back, as advertised, to the Twin Cities. Jaden McDaniels is thrown on the headset. Hey, Jaden, it's Scott Van Pelt here in D.C. Thanks for taking a minute to be with me on a Friday night with the Lakers in town. You have a career-high 30. Anthony was just talking about playing with joy and a smile on his face. You're all business all the time, man. How does that approach work so well for you to focus on doing your job?
I feel like it helps me a lot, just knowing I got to come out, compete, and guard the best player. And, I mean, there's no more fun than just going out and competing against the Lakers and just coming out with a win. So
you were tremendous tonight in the paint. 24 of your 30 came there, and you guys had a massive advantage. And we saw some of those stats in Game 1 as well. How much of a point of emphasis, Jaden, is it that you guys might be able to bully him a bit there in the paint?
Just staying relentless. I mean, they don't have no shot blockers or rim protectors in the game most of the time, so just knowing I could get to my spots. And I said last game, like, Jackson Hayes or their centers ain't in, I'm one of the tallest out there. So just continuing to be relentless and getting on the glass and finishing the layups and stuff.
We just heard from Anthony with Lisa Salters, and how do you describe what that guy did in the closing minutes? We know he's a killer. Last year, Jaden, he joined me after a playoff game. He said, I'm just trying to kill anything in front of me. Well, he put this one to bed. What's it like when he gets that look in his eye?
I mean, we all know the talent Ant is. He is a killer, and, man, I just love watching him when he get hot like that. Like, at some point in the game, I know he's going to come alive, and when he comes alive, he's hard to stop, and you can see that tonight. So just thankful for having him on our team and him being a great player and the work he put in. So,
no doubt. Now, on the other side of it, you're 24 years old. You have a career high tonight, and we celebrate that. I just am looking at the perspective you can give me on a man who's 40 years old, hanging the most points we've ever seen a guy that age hang. And when he starts looking down at the ground and making threes, it gets kind of spooky. What's it like to be on the floor with an all-time great when he starts cooking like that?
I mean, it's amazing to watch. Sometimes it looks so easy when he's just dribbling down, looking at the ground, shooting them threes. I mean,
right.
20 years, 21 years. I mean, you just got to respect it and just go ahead and compete. But, I mean, he's a great, and we're just going to keep fighting against him, though. Well,
and you guys got the win. And look, you guys have made a deep run a season ago. It's not like you're new to this. But in a game like this where you've already taken home court, it feels like, to me, Jaden, it would be a massive, massive game to not give it right back to him. Don't let him come in here and steal it back. How much was that kind of the message? Let's make sure we get our nose back out in front in this series tonight.
Just playing with that chip on our shoulder. I mean, we didn't play as well as we wanted to Game 2, and then just coming out Game 3 with that attitude and that fire in the first half, first quarter, and it led us to a good place in the game, and we was able to withstand the lead and continuing to build off the good shots, bad shots, turnovers, and we was able to come out with the win. Well,
listen, you're a serious young man, and you're all about the business. I hope you're smiling inside. Yes, you certainly should be. You were tremendous tonight, sure, Jaden. Congratulations on the victory and continued success the rest of the way. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you having me. Thank you. Enjoy your night.
All right, you as well. Thank you. Jaden McDaniels and the folks in Minnesota are going to enjoy their night as they take Game 3. Late in this one, it's a 4-point game, and LeBron, that's exactly what Jaden was just talking about, man. When he starts looking down at the ground and pulling from 30, look out. He hits that 3, and it's a 1-point game. Now down 2, Luka is battling a stomach bug, ties things up, and now it's Ant's turn. Step back, all 3 of these. The lead is 3, and it's all Ant here, attacking basically everybody in a yellow jersey gets to the rim. Bucket good. Again, it's Edwards. And again, it's a 3. And the lead has now grown to 10 from a tie game to a 10-point lead. And I mentioned all those paint points for McDaniels. He puts the finishing touches on it with a corner 3 from who else? Edwards. And see, the odds to win the series have changed pretty drastically. The Lakers were a significant favorite on their home floor heading into game one. They took a lead in the eyes of Vegas after winning game two, but now it is the Timberwolves who are significant favorites in this one as they grab the victory on their home floor. Some more context on the win tonight. The Timberwolves grab a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 series for the 5th time in the history of the franchise. They won each of the last 3 in this spot. The lone series loss came against the Lakers, but it was in 2003. That might as well have been 1,000 years ago. Speaking of the Lakers, they've won 7 of 7. They've won 7 best-of-7 series, I should say, when they trailed 2-1. That's the 3rd most all time. Last time LA came back from down 2-1, that famous Derek Fisher buzzer beater against San Antonio. The win also extends the home winning streak for the Wolves to 6, the longest since the end of 23. The Lakers have now dropped 8 consecutive playoff games on the road, which ties the 2nd longest streak in team history. My man, Kendrick Perkins, joins me on a Friday night to talk a little Lakers Timberwolves. I want to start in the paint where you did all your heavy lifting back in the day, right? Both on defense and on offense. Minnesota had more than a 2-1 advantage in points in the paint, Perk. I asked Jaden about a point of emphasis. He said it straight up. They don't have any rim protectors. We're gonna attack. I don't see how LA fixes this moving forward.
And that needs to be their recipe, Scott. They need to go out there and they need to attack and they need to make sure that they own the paint. Tonight they did that, right? Get on the glass, and I thought Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, they set the tone early, and then all of a sudden we saw Anthony Edwards start getting downhill, and the spacing was right. That was key as well. But when they catch and go, they're so hard to guard. And so when I look at how they got this win, they started playing inside out, and then the threes, they started making those down the stretch, especially Anthony Edwards. But when they're attacking and playing with pace and owning the paint against a Lakers team that is trying to go small, the advantage favors the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, Perk, I saw you rip your ear out. I didn't know how I could yell. I'm going to give you a minute to get your ear in. Can you hear me? You got me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Scott.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Oh,
hold on. Take your time. It's fine. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. We'll let Perk get his ear in. And when he gets his ear in, you take your time. All right, here. You take your time with that. And I'll give some folks at home a little bit more context on this. In the last 20 years, you see that when the Lakers fall behind in a series 2-1, that has not been a recipe for them to succeed. So, Perk, you can hear me again. You mentioned about Ant. Like we just showed it in the highlight. Last 4 minutes in the tie game and the man flips the switch. I said before the series started when we had Brian Windhorst on, I realized the star power on the Lakers side. But there was a much greater than none chance that at the end of this series, Anthony Edwards could be the biggest star in it. It seemed kind of crazy when I said it, but I don't feel so silly saying it now. What are we looking at with this young man and his evolution in the game?
Oh, it wasn't crazy, Scott. Now, look, he's young, but he has an old soul. And I said this last year, Anthony Edwards is the best young leader in today's game. What we saw him let others get involved in the first, second, and third quarter. And when it was time for him to take over, he did just that. Came up clutch with crucial buckets, playing with the passion, the leadership, his confidence, being contagious to have others play with confidence. Right now we're watching Julius Randle play with a certain type of edge. He's finally feeling involved. And now you're looking at it, and it's not just the 29 points he had. He had 8 rebounds, Scott, 8 assists, making guys around him better. Man, look, the sky is the limit for this young man. He has no ceiling. But again, tonight was one of those performances where you look at Anthony Edwards and you like, he is the future. And I'm going to tell you this, Scott. He tastes blood.
Yeah,
and the Lakers, they better get their rest because they're going to be in trouble. An early afternoon game on Sunday favors the Minnesota Timberwolves, especially with the amount of work a senior citizen like LeBron James had to put in tonight.
Well, he was outrageous, and I asked Daniels about it, who's nothing but 24. And I want to ask you about him because you mentioned Randle. I'm glad you did. He was excellent. We've seen him play at an all-star level. Ant's an Olympian. We know he's on that level of rare talents. But when Nas is going to make threes, big-time threes, like everyone he looks at, and Jaden McDaniels goes for 30, Like, that's a really bad recipe, but they're capable of that, Perk. This doesn't feel like some kind of one-off deal. In fact, it's happened twice in 3 games.
And look, Scott, this is not new to Jaden McDaniels. Think about it. He had his moments last year when they went to the Western Conference Finals. So he's not afraid of the moment. And if they're going to disrespect him and leave him open for wide open, uncontested corner threes, he's capable of making that. He's also gotten better for as taking guys off the dribble, off of closeouts. And Scott, he grew over this past season. Like literally, he was 6'7", 6'8". Now he's about 6'10", 6'11". And so I got to give him a lot of props, because when you look at guys around the league and we talk about two-way players, he is one of the elites around the league when it comes down to defending the other team's best player, and then you're able to go out there and get 30 in the same time. That is growth, and that is something special.
And that's an appetite. That's all about wanting to do it on the other end. That's the first thing he said to me. He takes great pride in that. I'm going to take on whoever the best is and go get 30 on the other end. This is, look, it's only one night, but this Minnesota team is playing, like you said, with an edge, and it's a monster game coming up for the Lakers on short rest. Perk, appreciate you. Enjoy your Friday night, all right?
Thank you, Scott. You too.
I'll do it. JJ Redick.
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you like the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we. Until the next video. NBA, the passion that connects us.